So, hello everyone, I'm Francesca Russo and I'm a PhD student here. We will see mainly during the laboratories, and I will cover some lectures during the course when Professor Corno is not available. So, let's start for today. Before starting the exercise, we will see just last thing for today, theory thing. So, dates. How do we manage dates in JavaScript? Basically, we have a date object that counts an instance starting from January 4th of 1970. But this object has a lot of problems. So, here are reported. And now they are working on the temporal API that is still not completely implemented in Node and the browser. So for now, we will use, there are a lot of libraries that implement, oh, you see this, sorry. Okay, now you see well, sorry. So there are a lot of libraries that implement dates, but we will use the DJS. DJS has a lot of stuff that we can use. Here there are some examples, like we can call DJS parentheses to have the date for now, or we can create a DJS object starting from an ISO formatted string, and from the 8-digit format we can stamp, we can print with a given format, like, where is the, okay. Like here, you can see we can format the print in a given format or just a string. We can also get like only the day or the minutes and so on. This is like the most useful thing from the JS. We can also compare the dates with the diff, and we can specify the unit in which we want the diff, like day, month, minutes, or hours. And we can compare the object, like saying is before, is it the same date, or is after, between. And there is also this function that allows us to know if the year that we have saved in the JS object is a leap year or not. Okay, this is not necessary, and that's something we'll see in the exercise. Okay, question on this? No? Okay. We can also see here, like there is the whole website on the library that is called DJS, and that is basically the documentation for it. And you can see here, this tells us how to install the JS. And let me just copy this in this file, and then I will explain in a minute. New file, okay. Okay, so first thing that we have to do to use the libraries is to create, initialize a node project. And we do it by running the command. Let's open the folder, so exercise 1. Sorry, sorry. Someone can close the door. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we initialize the project by running npm init. And this will ask something that we have to enter, and we can also leave as it is. So package name, the version, the description. Here, if you want, you can enter a small description of your project, the entry point of the module, Git repository, keywords, author. Here you can write your name, my name, and so on. The license is okay, whatever it is. And then there is a type. I will write now module, and together with all, I will explain. Okay, this command creates, do you see it? Or I have to zoom a bit? A bit, I have to, okay. Is it okay? Or more? Okay. And running npm init, it creates this package.json file. And there are basically the same information that we were inserting here when creating the project. Now, the most important thing of this is the type module. If you saw here, author, okay, no. Okay, here. When I was inserting all the properties of this module, the default here is CommonJS, while I have inserted module. Why? CommonJS is the default way of Node to import and export the modules and libraries, while module is the way understood by the browser. So, originally, Node only understood the CommonJS, while the browser only understood the module. So, thankfully, later, also, nowadays, also the Node environment understand the module, so we can use directly module. Okay. And this is the string that I copied from before. This is the default if you use the CommonJS. While using modules, we import and export stuff like this. Okay? Okay, are you asleep? Are you sleeping? Are you alive? Okay, nice. Okay, so we have initialized the project, and now we want to use the library, because if I run like this, like console log dot.js, we will get an error. So let's see, node exercise 1. Yeah, because we haven't imported we are importing something that the node manager is not able to find. So we will install the JS library in this project. So what we do is npm install JS. Okay. Now if we run this, we are okay. So in this moment we are printing the exact moment of now, that is in this is the date and time in UTC 0, that is like London hour or Portugal. Here we can see the year, that is 2026, the month, that is 1. Why is 1? Are we in February or in January? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just because only the month is counted starting from 0 and not from 1. So we will let but only here. If you see here, it is correct. But in this other part is starting from 0. And then we have the day, that is 27, seems correct. The week, the hour, that is 10 and a half about, and millisecond also. Okay, so another thing on this, when we start installing the libraries, this package.json is created. And in this case, and in this file, what we have? Basically, the stuff that we have inserted before and the dependencies of the project. So, in this case, we just have the JS and so, nothing more. Why this is useful? This is useful because node modules are not committed to GitHub. Question: how many of you knows how to use GitHub? How many don't? Okay, so if we, I think that something will be shown during the software engineering course, so you can follow those lectures, and if you have still doubts, we can chat during the laboratories, since you will give us the exam through GitHub. Okay, so you will use GitHub to give us the exam. Okay, so if you are in need, you can come to the laboratories and we can chat. Okay, so I was saying why this is useful, because we don't commit this to GitHub, and the package lock.json allows us to automatically install all the modules that are needed to run the project. So let's say that I have just downloaded this exercise 1 from GitHub. So I don't have this. How can I obtain them? Did you see the folder that I deleted? Yes? No? Yes? Okay, let's say yes. Now, how can I obtain the modules? Like doing npm install or just npm I. And so we have again the node modules folder. Okay, question? No, are you still alive or are you asleep? Yeah, guys, I don't like talking alone, so please just be alive. Okay? Okay, so seeing this, I think that we can move on to the exercise and actually implement it. Okay. So here there is the text. Do you see it? Do you see it? Okay, nice. Let me close this for now. This is an exercise that we will continue throughout the course, some parts with me, some parts with Professor Corno. And it is basically like we will create a fake Stack Overflow in which there will be some user that ask a question and other user that answer. Okay. Now we will see just how to create the object function for to create the question and the answer, and then in the next week we will create more interesting stuff. Okay? Okay, so let's start. The goal of this exercise is just to manage a simple data structure and as an array of objects. So we will use JavaScript objects and the functional programming methods that you will see next week. So that part will be done next week. Manage objects that contain information about a question and the answer. So each answer will contain a response, the respondent ID, that is practically the user ID, the score, and the date in which the question is done. The answer is given. And then we have to define obviously a constructor function to create one or more answers. Instead, a question is made of text, the user ID that is doing the question, the date, and the list of answers that that question has. And for this, we have to define a constructor function and implement the following methods. So add an answer, so how to add an answer to the list of the question. Get an answer given a user ID, the answer that were given after a date, the list by date, basically we will return a list of answers ordered by the date, and list by score, in this case the list of answers ordered by the score. Okay, then it tells to create an instance of question with at least 4 answers. Okay. Okay, so let's say that we can start. What do I write now? So what is the first thing that I have to do following the exercise? What is the first thing to do?
Use strict.
No, it is not necessary. Yeah, you are absolutely right. Use strict is not necessary because we are using module. So if we weren't using a module, we should put use strict, but not in this case. So next. What do we have to do in the exercise? The first thing to do. Come on, guys, there isn't like wrong things to say.
Define the constructor.
Okay, how do we define the constructor function? Yeah, it is mostly at the end, before dates.
Function answer.
Okay. Function answer. Okay, then what we have here?
Parameters.
Okay, what are the parameters in this case? Response, user ID, score, and date. So we can say that response is a text, user ID, and then we have the date and the score. Now, what we can do is also to like say, okay, we want a default score to 0 and so it is not necessary that is passed, okay? So we can say like this. Okay. Okay. Then what I write here?
This dot text.
Okay. And this is for all the parameters. Text. This dot user ID is equal to user ID, and then we have this dot date, and this dot score is equal to score. Okay, now if we write this like this, okay, are we expecting like let's say, to receive directly a DJS object, or do we want to receive a string and then transform it here in a DJS object?
Maybe with a string it's more easier to use.
Okay. So we create here the DJS object. This is what you were saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Perfect. Now, probably I think that we have done with answer. Yes. We can go with the question. So, to create question, what should I write now? Is there anyone that also has voice besides the two of them? Do you have the voice? No? Still sleeping, the voice? Nah. Come on, guys, it's like very simple this. What do I write here?
Inside the answer function, should we check the parameter?
Yes and no.
Because the score must be positive.
Okay, basically these checks will be done later, starting from the front end, then also on the server. So for now, we just leave it like this, and then these checks will be added later. Thank you for the question. So, what should I write here? Okay, that are, do you remember them? Why are you speaking? Are you speaking for this or for something else?
Can you share the question?
Yeah, for sure.
I can't find it.
Okay, just ask.
No, I mean, can you share the file? We can download it.
Actually, right now, I cannot. Just like take a picture. I will like. Do you see the whole text? Done the picture? Still doing the picture? Yeah, I mean, this later will be uploaded, but just for now, if you. Okay. So, function. Question, what do I write here? Okay. Sorry? Okay, so we can use like user ID as written here. Date.
And we need a list for answers.
Okay, the list of answers. Do you think that? Sorry?
You can make an object for that.
Okay, so it is not necessary here, right?
Yeah, we can get the just answer and then.
Okay, so then this is like before, this dot text is equal to text this dot user ID is equal to user ID, and then like before this dot the date is this stuff, the JS date. So for the list of answer, what do we do here? Let's to not overlap the voices, otherwise I don't understand. Speak, not too much. So what do I write here?
We can add an empty list.
Okay. So this dot answer is equal to. Okay. Okay, done. We can like start testing how to create the object. Okay? So let's see that we want a question object. How do we create it? Sorry? Okay, so I just write like this? I don't think so.
You have to make a variable constant something.
Okay, so we have const q1.
So it's equal to new question.
And the text suggests a question. Sorry? How old I am? I don't think that is interesting stuff. So, an interesting question, please. Let's say how long is this exercise? Okay, so user ID, just put this and then a date. Let's say yesterday. So it is 2026, February of 27. Okay, so we have created our first object, right? Let's see, let's print it. Oh, okay. So let's run it. Okay, nice. We can see the text of the exercise, the user ID, and the data object that I have inserted, yesterday date. And the list of answers that actually is void right now. Question on the, yeah?
Is it necessary to always put the semicolons when we're writing?
Okay, no, it is not necessary. If you don't insert it, it will be inserted automatically, but in some cases it will be dangerous. There are, probably in the first set of slides, there are the rules of when it is necessary or not, but our advice is always put it, just to be sure and not have some dangerous stuff. Okay? Other question? Okay. So, we have created our first question, and we would like to add an answer. Do we have the method to add it? No. Okay, so we can create the method to add the answer. How do we do it? Do you have the answer? We would like to add an answer to the question that is basically this point here. So how do we add a answer to the question? Let's say that we want to define a method for the question.
This dot add answer inside the
Okay. Yeah, this dot add answer, and to what it is equal to this?
I have a question. Will it be the answer that we type on as an input will be received as an input, or will the answer be received from the input terminal, or no?
No. No. It is just we will create an answer here, and then we'll add it to the. Okay.
We create a function that gets the answer and push it in the answers.
Okay, so let's say that we first create an answer, okay? Let's create an answer here, sorry. Const. Let's say that we already have the answer, okay? New answer. Too much. And it is given by user ID, this user ID, and then we are missing the date. That is, let's say today, okay? February 27. Okay, we already have the answer. And we want to add this answer to this array. How do we write the function here, the method? Arrow function. Okay, so this, and this, right? Are we missing something here? What? Okay. Let's say ans. And then, what do we write? How this function works? This dot answer dot push ans. Okay. So let's try it. We said that we want to add A1 to Q1. So this will be A dot sorry, Q1, yeah. I was testing if you were not sleeping. Q1. Okay. A1. Okay, let's see that if we have actually added this. Q1. Okay. Okay. As you can see now, we have our question with the user ID 1, the date, and in the array of answer, we have our answer. And then there is the function, the method that we have created, add answer. Okay, question up to now. All good? Okay. Then we can create another method right now that is the get answer. Okay, given a user ID. So how we define it? This dot, the name of the function that is get answer. Then? Yeah, first equal and then arrow function. Sorry? Okay. Okay, so let's see if someone else knows how to do this. That is functional programming that you will see next week. So let's see in a more basic way to do this. Because, yeah, he was mentioning the filter function, that is basically functional programming that you will see in the beginning of next week. So for now, let's do it like you are learning right now. Do you already know JavaScript? Yes. Okay. How many of you already know JavaScript? Okay, so imagine that all these people that haven't raised their hand don't know JavaScript, so they don't know filter. How do we write this get answer? Sorry?
For loop through the answers to find the.
Okay, so what do we define here? First thing.
4, 5.
Okay, for this dot answer of. Yeah, sorry. Is const of. Okay. What do we do if these are equals? Sorry? We return an answer. Yeah, but we have to return all the answer given by that user. So we are not returning only one. Okay, so we basically here instantiate a new array. So const user answers. And we push here this answer here in this array. So if user answer, yes, dot push this answer. Okay, then? Okay. So basically, after looping over all the answer for that given question, we return the answer that we have found with the same user ID passed to the function. Okay? Doubts on this? So return user return. Okay. Doubts? Yeah.
Please rename the method to get answers. Just put the S at the end of the name.
I don't hear you.
Please rename this method to this dot get answers. S.
Sorry. Do you wanna come here? Do you wanna come here?
It was a bit confusing.
Do you wanna come here?
No.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. So let's create another answer and add it. Sorry, A2, new answer. And then let's say yes. No, how long is this exercise? 10 minutes. That is given by user ID 3 and the date again today. So this and 27. And we add also this. Okay, so if okay, let's first. So now how do we call the function? Not you, someone else.
Like before.
Okay.
Q1 dot get answers.
Q1 dot
Get
get
answers.
answers and the user ID. Okay, let's say true, and we want to save the result returned by this function somewhere, right? So let's say const user to q is equal to q1 dot get answers. Oh, sorry, answers here. Let's see. Console.log user to a. And here it is. The answer given by user 2. It is this one. Right? Is everything okay? Did I wrote everything okay? Okay. Okay. And we can also add another answer from the user true. Like, we have another answer, const a3 new answer that is 15 minutes, and then the user ID, let's have again the user true with the date and the date that is, let's see, okay, let's put it again today, that is, okay, and then we add it. And so in this right now, if we run again this exercise, what do we obtain? Except
the response of user 2.
okay, and how many should be?
Sorry?
How many should be?
2.
Okay. So here the first one and here the second one. Okay, we did good. So we are okay. Okay. So let's go to the third method, that is after date. So we will return an array of answer after the given date. Okay. Someone else that is not there can help me to write it?
Do we have to use an if statement? Like we would input the date.
Yeah, but you already know JavaScript. Someone else. What you were saying? Sorry.
We would use an if statement.
An if statement?
Because we want the answers after a certain date, no?
Yeah, for sure.
So we would input the date and we would use the if statement as like the date that we want the answers after this date.
Yeah.
We return.
Okay. But before this, we have to do another thing. Like, Sorry?
The text of the exercise itself.
Do you want to see the text of the exercise?
Yes, you're asking for the
This one, after date. This one.
So you have to sort the array, I think.
Let's say that we don't want to order them. We just want the answer given by after a date. Yes?
The same thing we did before.
Yeah?
For loop and pushing every answer.
Okay. So basically what we do is like something like we did before. We iterate over the array of the answer. First we create a new array, then we iterate over the array of answer, and then we push the ones whose date is before is after a given date. So this dot, how the function is called, after date. A date. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's say that we just have, what do we want to pass here? Just a string or a DJS object? Yeah, let's assume that we already have a DJS object here, so it is quicker. Okay, so we instantiate after the transfers, that is an empty array. Then we said that we iterate over the answers array, so const ans of this dot answers, and then we have if. What do we write here?
We can use is after.
Okay, so if ans dot date is after date. If it is after, we insert it we push it in the array that we have created, push dot ans, and then at the end we return the after date. Okay, so now just if you see this method and this other one, it is basically a lot of lines of code. Next week will be done in just one line of code. Okay? Okay, nice. Let's try it. So, let's call the function. So we can have an array like answers after yesterday. Too long this name of this variable, or is it okay?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Space now.
How do we call it? No, we are just calling this function here, this after date. Sorry? Okay, yeah. So let's define a date object that is yesterday, that is the JS 2026 February 27. Sorry?
You can subtract JS by 1 day instead of typing it start with it.
I'm not understanding what you're saying.
It's okay.
It's okay?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. How do we call this function? Now if we want the answer after yesterday, we have already done it with the other methods.
Q1 dot after the
Okay. And we pass the yesterday. And then let's see if we have done something that is not correct. Answer after yesterday. So we put the, okay, all the answers are after yesterday. Let's just create another answer that has been answered yesterday. So A4, 26 here, and then we have Q1 dot answer A4. And in this answer we write 30 minutes. So basically, if we have done everything correctly, this answer should not be printed, should not be inserted in this array. Okay? Right? No? Okay. So we have the too much, 10 minutes, and 50 minutes. And we don't have the 30 minutes since it was yesterday. Okay, so for today we have done. Do you have questions, doubts? Yeah. Okay, just running npm init, and then, okay, let's try another. I will create a folder here, and then I will delete it since it is not necessary. So, example, sorry, just call it example. So we move in that folder, and we, let me close this. Do you see it? Okay, npm init. Then there is all this stuff like package name that right now is the one of the folder, the version, the description, the entry point that is the main file, the test command that is not necessary for us, author, license that is okay, that one, and then here when the type of the library should be module, not common.js. And then you can read again what you have inserted here. And if everything is okay, you can enter. And then right now is initialized. If you want then to install libraries like the JS that we have seen before, you just type npm or also I, the JS. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. Yeah.
I have a question about yesterday.
Yeah.
Do we consider it an object? It's not a variable.
Why do we construct an object and why it is not a variable?
Yeah, why do we consider it an object?
Because it is a DJS object.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So if I write manually, like to 36, then it's a variable.
So like if you just write like this, let's say this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is basically a string.
Okay.
But we use the DJS, so we can use this function here that is after that help us to check very quickly and in a simple way the comparison of the dates. Other? No? Okay, so I will stop now the recording.